Alright, in this video I'm going to show how to make this hand net with a handle. It's out of willow, weeping willow to be specific, and some store-bought jute twine. I didn't use up any of my stores of dog bane, or which would be the best cordage, depending on where you're at, your region, to make a hand net or a dip net for fishing. If you have a big one on the line, you can just kind of scoop it up. So real quick and dirty, this is the rustic version. This is a real rustic, quick and dirty version on how to do this. I'm going to show a real simple way how to do this, and then show you kind of how I processed this frame and kind of made this bushcrafty sort of contraption here. Okay, I'm out and about, and I just happened to across this willow tree here. And I was looking at just, I don't know, putzing around looking at different things I could use off of it for projects, but I didn't want to cut off the tree, of course. It's a city park here. But this log, or this branch, had broken off, and it yielded some pretty good, some branches here, and it's kind of brittle because it's cold out here. And I think I'm going to make me a net, a hand net out of this. And you'll see how I just wrap this around here. I'm going to take it home, and I'm gonna just let it thaw out a bit so it's more malleable. Probably even soak it in some water, some warm water, and let it become more malleable. And then show you how I kind of put this together. But you know, I mean, there's people out there ice fishing, and you know, you could make a quick net if you knew how to do so for that that big one that you catch over that whole frozen hole. I don't like ice fishing much, but I've done it. It's not my favorite thing to do, but it's there if you ever need it. So anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and see if I can make a dip net with this. Pretty cool. Just using what nature provides here, fortuitously. So here we go. Alright, so I filled the tub just a little bit with some hot water, and I've got our makeshift frame for our hand net or dip net frame thawing out. I'm just using the hot water to get it back supple so it's not brittle and it'll break on me when I weave it back together or twist it back together, because all I did was just twist it all together. Not a big deal. So one thing, I'm going to just leave this in here for about a half an hour. You do not want to leave willow or any sort of wood if you're going to use your porcelain, your bathtub to make dried out, or for this matter, frozen wood stuff supple again. It will stain your tub. The tannins will stain your tub. You'll have a ring around your tub, and it won't come out. So I'm just going to leave this in here for a little bit, about 30 minutes. It's hot water, and then it'll get back supple, and then I'll just twist it back the way it is, and then have it dry in that position. All right, so here's the willow branch that I took off of a downed limb from that weeping willow tree, and it was just convenient, you know, what I saw. So basically, it's got two branches here. It's got a fork, and what I'm gonna do is, now that it's pliable, we had it soaked in the tub in hot water because it was pretty much frozen. And willows are very, very versatile, nice to work with wood, whether it be white or black willow or weeping willow. It's very flexible. It lives near water, so it takes on the property of water. It's very flowy and flexible. It's strong when it's dried out, so it makes good furniture. It makes good basketry, good tools. So it's very easy and fun to work with. So basically what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take this fork here, and I'm just going to kind of twist it on itself, because I want a single limb. Alright, so I'm just going to twist this. So that's just kind of what I did out in the field there. Just took the opportunity to kind of take this and just twist this around together to make one solid limb. Just like this. And then as it tapers to the stringy limb, the ends, the very tips rather, I should say, it gets even much more pliable, even in the frigid weather. So I just want to go ahead and just kind of twist this. And I could reverse twist it if I want to, but I don't need to do all that. So there. And I'm just going to twist this around like that. So now we have this nice kind of very flexible, very pliable piece, a single limb. So basically I want this kind of rounded, so I want this on itself. And I want this rounded about this big around, I guess. I don't expect to catch too many big fish. Probably make another net. The net that I want to make out of this is going to be very rustic, very easy, very quick and dirty. So it'll go along with this theme. And then maybe later when I find the better materials to work with, I'll probably make something a little bit more refined. But for now, this is just something that you could do if you have enough cordage or enough resources to make cordage in if you're camping or out in the bush somewhere. So just going to make a loop or letter Q or P. You see here. And I want to take these limbs here, these stringy limbs here, and just wind them around the outer rim, like so. And I can taper this around and keep going all the way to the last limb. Okay, that'll add some strength and that. So, yeah. And for these here, these individual strands that are sticking up here, I'm gonna see if I can kind of fold these under and tuck these in between these woven, these twisted or wrapped, I should say, these wrapped strands in here, just to make a nice refined finish. This dark piece is dead, so I'll add to the character of it. I'll see if I can break it off, but I'm gonna just take some time and kind of tuck these in here. Okay, for our dip net frame, this would work just as fine. I might even add an extra stick here just to make it more sturdy, but this would be just fine once it dries out. But I'm going to go a step further, and I'm going to add another side to it. Okay, so I'm going to add another side to it with another limb that I had found and broken off here. So that. So I want these pieces to meet kind of in the middle, like so, and I could possibly even match up the edges here so that they meet in the middle, like that. Okay, because then I want to lash these together so that they form, so I can make a handle. Okay, so starting from here, get rid of this piece here. This is a dead piece. Starting from here, I want to take this piece and I'm going to start winding it. And I couldn't have done this in the outside because it was too frozen. So I'm actually going to pull this up through here. There. Make sure this matches like so. And then I can continue to wrap this around, wrap these longer ends, these thinner ends around as a bundle. keep it going until I run out of length. Keep it going until I run out of length. And we'll tuck the loose ends later. And actually I found where I can tuck this. I can tuck that right in there, like that. Okay. And then, I'm wondering if this will let me. I have to be very careful because I'm not quite sure how brittle this is still. I want this to come up on the other side. So this is what we have, and this handle will be pretty sturdy while it's flexible. And I don't mind the oblong shape because sometimes you will have fish that will have that that'll be kind of wide like this. So you can make it perfectly round. You can shape it. I could put it like I have a garbage can here or something. I could put this around a form and have it dry around a form like so. You see, and it'll be a little bit more round. And using this form here, I can then shape this and lash these together. Okay, and by shaping this is I would kind of shave these. For now, I'm just going to try and tie these together, and we will actually lash this to a more stout piece. So, at any rate, this is how I'm making the frame. I can take use of just the natural materials. I mean, nature kind of provides things if you are aware enough, sensitive enough, conscientious enough to take advantage. I mean, this has a kind of a shape that's concave or convex on one side, so this would add resistance. So I'd pick it up from this way and it curves up a little bit like this, so when I scoop something up, it's going to give me that extra leverage to scoop up. Either way, I could use it either way, but this kind of feels about right. It's more like a spoon, if anything. So yeah, so this is the shape we're going to use. I'm going to tuck some of the ends in here like so, and then I'm going to let this dry for a couple of days, and then I'll show you how to create kind of a real quick net using some cordage. Okay, so what we have here resembles somewhat of a tennis racket. So basically what I did was I took my knife and I kind of shaved down the insides here so it would be more flexible. I did re-soak these in hot water again for about 15-20 minutes. So it's more flexible again, and I don't suffer the same thing that I just dealt with, which was at breakage. And it's dark right now, so I don't feel like going back outside and trying to go get another piece to finish this up. So I was more careful this time, and I took the remaining branches or limbs or twigs from the willow, and it makes a good lashing. So I'm just lashing these together because I want it to dry like this. And then I'm also going to take some what I have left over, scraps of these nice flexible limbs here, these whips, and I'm just going to kind of lash these pieces together like so. And then I'm going to set it. At this point in time, I mean, I could leave it like this. It's functional. It'll work. All I got to do is start making my net, weaving my net, and it works like right now. Or if I wanted to go play tennis, I could do some sort of weaving in here. Look like a dream catcher, I guess. Anyways, I'm not making a tennis racket, I'm making a hand net. So at any rate, you could use your imagination for whatever you want to make whatever you want to make this. But I'm going to add a little bit more of a handle on the other end here from another piece of willow that I'm going to insert so that it'll set nicely in here, and we'll have a nice sturdy little rustic, very rustic looking net or net frame. Okay, so that's where we're at here. I'm going to set this on the form once I wrap this around with the remaining branches, the thin branches of the willow here, and I'll let it dry for a few days. And then we're going to set it on the form here. As you can see, I'm just using my garbage can, nothing in it. And I already have the kind of the rustic one doing it. You don't have to do this. I'm just doing this just because. But if you wanted to make this extra step, then feel free to go ahead. It's already starting to take more of a round shape once it dries. So I'm just take this piece here, and I just want to kind of force this because this trash can flares out, so it's larger. So I can take this now. I'm just gonna bring it up to the top here. There we go. And then what we have here is a nice little ready-made form. You could do this on a log, I suppose. You could actually lash this around the log and then tie your handle, lash your handle closely to it so that you can start to get more of a tighter shape if you want it to. So that's really all it is to it. And then I'm going to leave this for a few days, let it dry and shape. Do the same thing for our rustic version here. And then just kind of pop this on here. And there we go.